pair of key rulings from the U.S. Supreme Court. The court says it is unconstitutional to sentence juveniles to life in prison without parole for murder.
And they ruled on the controversial Arizona immigration law, and that decision has people buzzing tonight. Fox's Craig Boswell with more.
The Supreme Court struck down 3 major provisions of Arizona's tough immigration law, but unanimously upheld the most controversial portion that directs police to check the immigration status of someone they've stopped if the officer has reasonable suspicion to believe the person is in the U.S. illegally.
Arizona's and every other state's inherent authority to protect and defend its people has been upheld.
Opponents say it still opens the door for racial profiling.
They would have to make those determinations based on the color of a person's skin, on their surname, on their accent.
Claiming the ruling as a partial victory, Arizona's governor says it will likely begin enforcement immediately.
Civil rights will be protected. Racial profiling will not be tolerated.
But the decision is also a partial victory for the Obama administration that challenged the Arizona law before it could take effect.
Hello, New Hampshire!
Before appearing at a campaign event in New Hampshire, President Obama issued a statement saying he was pleased the court struck down 3 provisions, but continued by saying, at the same time, I remain concerned about the practical impact of the remaining provision of the Arizona law that requires local law enforcement officials to check the immigration status of anyone they even suspect to be here illegally. Presumed Republican nominee Mitt Romney issued a brief statement supporting aggressive efforts by states to fight illegal immigration. The Supreme Court also left the door open to additional legal challenges to Arizona's law. Now all eyes will be on the court this Thursday when a decision on the health care law is expected. At the Supreme Court, Craig Boswell, Fox News.
Meanwhile, today's decision on the Arizona law is prompting all sorts of local reaction. Local immigrant rights group Voces de la Frontera is promising to challenge it.
We renew our commitment to continue to push back against these kind of racial profiling laws and support, obviously look forward to the kind of challenges that will happen in the courts, as we know that they will.
It really says the federal government has absolute power over the states, and state sovereignty is really a secondary issue, and really we're at the behest of the federal government, and I don't think, you know, going back to our founding fathers, I don't think they would have agreed with any of that.
State Representative Don Pridemore, who you just saw there, introduced a similar but much smaller bill in the Wisconsin Assembly last session. On the short list, a Wisconsin congressman being vetted for VP.
Fox 6's Mike Lowe has more on the budding relationship between Congress